Good morning. My volume just went down there. It's fine. Just plug in this mic. Hope everybody's doing well on their journey. This is going to be a quick collective reading, okay, for Saturn retrograde back into the sign of Pisces. It will be done on its transit November 27th, and then it will go back into the sign of Aries. I'm hearing when you know better, you do better. All right. These illusions, okay, are going to be popped, right? So let's get into it. I have put together some channelings this morning. So this is a powerful time for spiritual accountability, dissolving illusions and restructuring our emotional and spiritual foundations. Yeah, what needs to be sacrificed, okay, in order for your soul to evolve. Saturn is all about sacrifice, okay? Father Saturn, Father Time is not going to, it's not going to be easy, okay? You have to sacrifice in order to get the chains of Saturn removed, okay? All right, yeah. So, what outdated belief about structure, authority, or reality am I still holding on to? Where am I avoiding responsibility, projecting pain, or clinging to illusion? Because Saturn doesn't play and Pisces doesn't lie. It just dissolves. So let's dive into the message, right? Yeah, a reality check. So this is where we are being called out. Saturn is showing us illusion of control, or perhaps where we've surrendered our power to belief systems that were never ours. You are not stuck. You are being confronted with where you abandon your own authority. Okay, and energy doesn't lie. Okay, the illusions are being popped, and people are seeing the reality, the constructs of this place for what it is. Okay, if you're somebody that is still wearing a mask or projecting your pain or whatever it is that you're going through in your life or your reality, remember that you are a co-creator with the Most High, okay? And you helped create that own reality. So nobody is to blame but one's own self, okay? And those projections and the casting the shadow onto other people, that's not going to work, all right? The karma is being divvied. And by the time Saturn hits this Aries again, okay, it's a restarting of the cycle. So you don't want to carry, you want to dissolve, okay, any karma or feedback loops that you are patterning, that you are continuously going into, okay? Yeah. Here's a real big clue, okay? Somebody gets triggered, okay, and they don't know how to process their emotions, okay, and everybody's against them, and you did this and you did this to me. No, nobody did nothing to you but to you, okay, and then they throw a fit in there, right? They sound like they're chewing off their own face. Yeah, okay. People are seeing that for what it is, and high vibrational people do not want to be around that energy, right? Everybody is in charge of their own thoughts, feelings, actions, deeds, all right? And when you project those onto somebody of the light that's overcome that, you're just adding more karma, love and light. So, yeah, what truth are you avoiding because it's uncomfortable but necessary to grow? Right? And some of these NPCs, right, these non-player characters, all right, or no conscious beings, they're not even aware of this, okay? Some will also try to mirror, okay? So, letting go of illusion. Pisces wants us to surrender, but we can't do that while holding on to projections, blame, and old wounds. Some of you may be emotionally bypassing by blaming others or holding on to victim stories that once served as protection, but now act as poison, right? And the venom is the antidote. The same thing that poisoned you in the past will be the same thing that heals you, okay, when you can pinpoint it. Where am I emotionally escaping instead of confronting, right? So this is a soul's wake-up call to move forward. Something sacred must be released, and it's likely tied to your identity or self-perception. Could be an outdated role, belief, relationship, job, or emotional crutch. Spirit is saying you don't need to carry this anymore. You are allowed to choose differently. This is where Saturn says you are the author of your life now. Stop outsourcing your power. Highlight personal responsibility, not from guilt, but from sovereignty. So here's an affirmation that I channeled. I own my path. I own my healing. I release what no longer aligns. I forgive myself for believing I had to suffer to be spiritual. Okay, and when you reach a higher level, okay, yeah, there are demonic frequencies. Yeah, there are demons, okay? But also there's still aspects of your own psyche, okay? Once you healed, okay, they're no longer demons to you. They're just energy, all right? And when you feel this overwhelm or you feel like they're attacking you, ask yourself, all right? Ask these energies, what is it that you are needing from me, okay? And it's usually to be acknowledged, all right? They want you to acknowledge, all right? They want you to give a safe space, okay, for it to work itself out, all right? And this energy builds, all right? It builds and it builds and it builds, okay, until it releases. When you ignore it, how does it release? Okay, an emotional charge or anger, okay? All of them are valid. All of them are fine, but why does it have to get to that point? All right. These are also people that avoid their emotions or avoid what's going on with them in their own reality. Okay. Yeah. And please don't have to keep getting this piled on you. Okay. Because you're keeping the energy stuck, and energy is fluid and it's constantly in motion and it wants to move. Okay. These energies, when brought into a higher form, they no longer attack you, but they help you. Okay. Saturn retrograde in Pisces is spiritual restructuring. You're not being punished. You're being invited to liberate yourself from false timelines. Encourage journaling, rest, and self-reflection today. You're not behind. You're exactly where you are meant to awaken. Okay, and we awaken through trauma. Okay, what I'm saying is please don't have to go through more trauma in order to evolve. Okay, also, when you get to a certain point, you realize that even the obstacles that are thrown in your path, you got what it takes to make it through them, okay? It's not about what happens to you, but how you react to it, okay? Yeah. So I'm going to pull a couple cards. Hi, Crazy. Hi, Taylor. How are you doing? I admit that I have a tendency to throw a tantrum, but I hate talking about how bad I am with money, but it's important to admit that. Yes, okay, so that was something that I meant to get into. All right, there's always enough, all right? Some of you guys need to clear this mentality of lack, okay? Or to be on a spiritual path that you have to suffer, and that's not the case. There's always enough, and there's always going to be more, okay? You will always be provided for as long as you are on your path, okay? And the emotional, okay? Instead of dealing with the emotional or the emotional spending, okay, getting down to it. What am I avoiding here by scrolling, okay, and ordering things? All right, what is this trying to tell me? Okay, and this is also a warning, right? During this time, especially with Uranus and Taurus, okay, there's going to be financial upsets, okay? So make sure that you start saving now for hard times, all right? The emotional spending, it's all a test, really, okay? It is all a test. And these restructuring of of power. All right. Many people will be quitting jobs, you know, so on and so forth. Make sure you have a financial cushion, okay, because it is all a test. This week, I had to pay out of pocket like $600, like boom, okay, and if I hadn't had that money saved up, I would have been not in such great shape, okay? So make sure that you're saving money, make sure you're using it wisely, and get down to the real reason why you are filling a void that way, okay? So, what time is it? I got a couple minutes and I gotta go, you guys. I got a couple little errands I gotta run before I work, and I probably will get on tonight. I'm hearing dance with your demons, okay? I know I did, okay? I do every day. My grandpa used to call me Shoogie Boogie, okay? And when I got old enough and I started another round of my spiritual awakening, I started digging into the deeper meaning of that, and I found it in Hebrew, okay, ancient Hebrew, that it means one who dances with dark, okay? Blinded to pain. 13. Aries in degree, but scorpionic energy, right? The death card, blinded to pain. So, avoiding it, okay? Stuffing it down, okay? This is giving me like the Walking Dead, right? And you are dead until you spiritually awaken, okay? And you anchor in your soul. The Walking Dead, these are the people walking around in their programming, okay? I see this every single day. I try not to interact. I try to drop the little nuggets, okay, and keep it moving. That's all you can do, all right? And when the time comes, something will trigger, and perhaps they'll remember what you said to them, and they'll be able to start processing the information and putting the pieces together, all right? While I am not free until everybody is, okay, you're still not a martyr, okay? You don't have to carry others' things, okay? And the projections, the people that are projecting what's going on in their life, okay? I understand that not everybody's there yet, all right? But I don't see struggle, all right? I see it as an opportunity to grow. I don't understand struggle or lack or suffering anymore, and I don't resonate with it. And I although I do understand where it comes from, okay, I am an empath and I do pick up on energies. What I feel when I'm around others is not me, it is the other, okay? I am definitely more cerebral, and I do feel the emotions of it all. The hardest part for me is to stay grounded in my physical being, because I'm heavy mercurial and I'm able to process at a very fast rate, and I'm always ready to go, but I have to remind myself, your human body needs rest, your human body needs sleep, your human body needs good things put into it so it can be running at tip-top shape. Okay. We're in the Spanish. Somebody speaks Spanish. Hay poquito español. So blinded to pain. Let's shed a little light. Moon phase, waxing crescent, stage, denial. I could shoulder it, and it's not a big deal, isn't it? Flies, pinned, not pinned, but ordered as bees, feeding off the neatly arranged blood, a woman's chest, carved by a blade into a diamond pattern, full lips, the color of blood, a blindfold on whom the last fly lingers. Sentence. carving oneself for every stroke of whip, and feeling so broken that it makes no difference to be whole, going dark. T.S. Eliot said, "A fly that lives a single day has lived as long as we. Yet we accept the passage of time," right? Saturn. Like it didn't matter. Like we don't matter. Every day a single line is added to the pattern. A single fly is added to the wall. We take one more responsibility. We take a little more abuse. We shoulder a little more pain. We smile in front of a little more insolence. We close our eyes to our wounds. We think we can endure it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. We say to ourselves, like men, because it's manly to endure and be strong. Like women, because it's feminine to endure and be strong. Like humans, because the care and gentleness we feel is precious to others, and we don't dare to actually claim for ourselves. After all, we can do it, but actually it hurts. It's painful. Tears are better than feeding flies with our own blood. We can scream and say no or endure, nevertheless, but remembering that we are just humans, neither heroes nor saints. So, some of you guys, all right, are going to feel this purge. Okay, this happened for me Sunday, but it was not my own pain, all right? It was helping the collective, okay, take some of this energy off of the collective, all right? And I took my vow with spirit, should I say, retook it on Sunday, all right? And some of you guys don't even recognize yourself when you look in the mirror. Is this me? Okay, what have I become? What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. Yeah, and you can have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. Somebody here needs to address their abandonment wounds, okay? And the abandonment wounds that you feel with other people is a deeper rooted abandonment abandonment room. Some of you guys just sat in your room, okay? And, you know, you're getting more depressed there, all right? But also, hermit mode is where you find the self. But we come into this world with spiritual amnesia, okay? And the deeper abandonment wound that you feel is that of what's lacking, and that is your soul, your spirit, okay? Who you are. So, yeah. Let me get a message from your guides, and I'm going to be up out of here. Nobody abandoned you, okay? We abandon oneself, all right? Everybody does. Mirror guardian, take time to reflect. And what did I just say? Somebody, right, not recognizing themselves, all right? What have I become when they look in the mirror? Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Shield maiden, make plans and focus. This is going to require focused intention, okay? Let love light the way. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you or abandon you. And your higher self, okay, your oversoul goes before you, all right? The higher self, you've already done everything, all right? If you zoom out, right, we are all one, okay? It's like light being refracted, okay? It's like taking light through a magnifying glass. It's kind of like how those balls, the energy balls, when you touch it, okay, and it sparks, and the sparks go everywhere. Multi-dimensional. Have you asked your angels for help with this? Your angels want to help you with the situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. All right, so when you're operating out of the ego, your oversoul, okay, is or your higher self is small, all right, and the ego is big, okay. But when you surrender, all right, especially when you're sleeping in the dream state, all right, your higher self is big and you are little. Okay, let that sink in. Keep a dream journal, okay, and know that this is a time to make change, okay? Take and make a change, all right? It ain't nobody's fault, okay, but the man in the mirror. So, hi, Steph. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning, you guys. All right, take it easy on yourselves. All right, and no, you do not have to entertain these energies, okay? What we're doing here now is clearing years worth and generations worth of things from our DNA, okay? There's a big purge, and the people that you are entertaining now, okay, your soul tribe is going to start coming in, okay? Some of you guys will be making these connections online. Some of you guys will be called to move and meeting people in that way, okay? And no, not everybody can come with you, okay? You will not be attracted to these people's energies anymore, and vice versa. The polarity, okay? When high and low, all right? It's like a repellent, all right? It's like two positives or two negatives, all right? It's just going to push away. So that's what I got for you guys. Take care of yourselves. Peace, love, and light. Don't forget to hit that like button.